Indiana redistricting push now likely dead, despite the White House pressure. It's a massive blow to the White House's effort to shore up a Republican House majority next year. President Trump's effort to force mid-decade redistricting. This is Indiana, a red as red state can go. Indiana, where we have super majorities in the state legislature. We cannot get redistricting vote in Indiana. Donald Trump's effort to force mid-decade redistricting suffered major setback today after Indiana's GOP state Senate leader declared the chamber will not convene in December to redraw the maps. In response, Trump's team has begun summoning Indiana lawmakers to meet with the president in the Oval Office as early as next week, according to two sources familiar with the request, including one who has fielded an invite over the phone. It's a massive blow to the White House's effort to shore up a Republican House majority next year in the midterms via redistricting, which, by the way, the Democrats are doing everywhere they possibly can. They're grabbing seats everywhere they can. They're gerrymandering to the max anywhere they can. And here we are, Republicans in Indiana. We cannot figure out how to do it. They don't have the guts to do it. They're a bunch of cowards. They're gutless. And this is the problem we have in this party. We cannot make red states even slightly red, where they're making blue states as blue and as blue as you possibly can. And we're getting Marxist jihadists elected in big blue cities. They're gerrymandering to the nth degree. And here in Indiana, we can't even get a party vote.
Yeah, it's the big difference between the Republicans and Democrats. The Democrats, you know, they're organized, they stick together. If someone crosses the line, they bury them. Like they can't cross the line. They're afraid of it. Nancy Pelosi was, by the way, in charge there. Nobody was messing with it. The Republicans, we've always been free thinkers. And in this case, how many states do we have in this country where we have 30, 40 million people, or 30, 40% of the population voting Republican, and we have zero representation? Zero. The biggest issue we have, I think, in this next decade is this midterm election. This is a must-win. I think all hands on deck. Everything's got to happen. And the only positive part of that whole story is that Trump is not taking that lion down. He's bringing these guys in, and he's saying, hey, you better get with the program here. We need to control this right now, or we're done. You know, if the Democrats win the midterms, they're going to pull all kinds of junk out. They're going to try and impeach Trump again, do all this nonsense. But the Republicans have to learn to start sticking together. And they did, you know, in the shutdown thing for the most part, you know. But
Indiana's got a super majority. So it's very odd, according to this, what I'm reading here, that the governor called for this, and they're rejecting him. It's almost like, oh, I don't know, maybe some of these people with R's next to their names really aren't Republicans.
Yes.
You know, that's what it seems like.
I think that's a reality, by the way,
right?
in a lot of states.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, they like I said it the other night, they see Trump as a passing storm. They see him as just a roadblock for 2 more years, 3 more years, whatever it may be, before they goes back to business as usual, where the Democrats can play the bad guy and destroy the country, and they can act like they care. They're going to put America first in their biopic. They're like the same exact thing as the goofball lib who thinks they're changing the world. But these get along to go along rhinos, they're just pretending to like Trump.
Yeah,
they're pretending to like us.
Listen to this number here. Senate Republicans need 25 yes votes to make redistricting happen, and there are 40 Republican senators in the Indiana House. Wow. And they can't get 25.
That's astonishing. Astonishing. Wow. Trump's going to come out of this meeting and change that. There's too much at stake.
Yeah.
There's too much at stake for that to continue.
Here's the problem. Real Hoosier politics, and this is why I've talked, again, till I'm blue in the face about primaries, about candidates in primaries all over this country, especially in red states. Real Hoosier politics today says we need special elections in Indiana. Over 1/3 of senators were appointed and have never faced a competitive election primary. This has made them wildly out of touch with the people. It also makes it easy for them to resign early, as they always have a member of their party to take their seat.